This episode of Young Blackjack reveals that Johnny has been lying about being in Vietnam because we learned from his war buddy, Tommy, that he actually never was on the plane. And in case you wonder who is Tommy, he is the guy we saw in the previous episode who was said to have a great impact on getting Johnny fixed. And we also get an insight on how a soldier feels when one of his buddies decides to jump ship or desert, in other words. They basically feels that they are getting unfairly punished and that they have to do more work because one of their buddies decided to jump ship. And this actually causes Tommy to develop post-traumatic stress disorder, and luckily it's not one of those dangerous ones, where he basically goes and shoots a lot of people up when he gets that. It's only that he basically are like going into shock, and the only reason he most likely doesn't do any harm to himself is because of Yabu basically calming him down. But this, of course, angers Hazama because normally a professional practitioner would think about stuff like a patient lying. So, yeah, he's a bit angry at himself. However, he want to find out what happened in the camp in Okinawa, which was the place where Tommy and Johnny knew each other from. And the way of course, Johnny, he don't want to tell that because we found out that this is secret military information. So Hazama, he plays a little joke on him, or not a joke. He basically tells him that they have found out why he has this, he cannot feel pain, and that the only way to fix it is to basically remove the four limbs, as a amputate them. However, Johnny, he don't want that, so he ends up telling Hazama about stuff, like him being part of this experiment. I don't know how much of it he is telling him. Oh, what we found out is that the experiment that was concluded was that the reason he couldn't feel pain was because he was exposed to some nerve gas that was supposed to be lethal because it has a very powerful anesthetic, from what I can understand, which basically numbs his nerves. However, instead of killing him, it has basically turned it so his nerve repositories has basically been shut down. So yeah, how do we fix those? It has actually been fixed by Dr. Ling, or Rinsenberg as he is called now, because Dr. Lin was when he was working for the Germans. And let me just say one thing: CIA, they are really nasty because they are actually planning to get rid of Johnny if he is planning to basically continue his activities, with basically being an activist. So yeah, and as he says, it's not uncommon for stuff like that to be lethal. So yeah, he was actually planning to kill Johnny. However, Lin, he is actually very kind because not only does he save Hazama by taking the results that Hazama has found out, like about what's it called, Johnny, and basically ripping them to shreds. He also fixes Johnny by injecting some anesthetic so he falls asleep, then another drug that turns the what's it called, the electric the electricity that he is planning to run through Johnny's body, and that way basically reactivating his nerve repository. I'm pretty sure this is most likely not possible, or I'm not sure because I'm not a doctor and I have not studied a lot of stuff like this. So I think this is just fiction. I don't think you can fix it that way, but it could be. So yeah, he fixes that. He fixes his nerves, and then when he are going out to being an activist and feel pain, he basically runs away. And yeah, that saves both Johnny and Hazama because Hazama, he doesn't know about the thing that CIA did, so there was no reason to ruin his life, and there was no reason to destroy Johnny because he could now feel pain and was afraid of feeling pain. So yeah, really interesting, really interesting. And yeah, Jara and Johnny, they get together, and Oh man, I wish we would have seen a kiss scene, but well, you can't get everything in this. However, when what's it called, Hazama back in Japan is getting informed that Johnny has been fixed, he's getting a bit angry because he couldn't find a way to cure Johnny. So yeah, interesting stuff. Really interesting. Also, I wonder if that clown thing, not Tommy, because he basically becomes like Troa from Gundam Wings. But the other guy, I wonder if he will have any impact in the future episode, because why else would they show him? Then again, there could be, like, just to conclude what happened to Tommy, because he basically never recovered from his post traumatic stress disorder. So, yeah, he basically became a clown. So, yeah. But with that said, have a good day, good night wherever you are, and I'll see you later, guys. Cheers.